My mama always said, don't leave home without clean underpants on. I'm sure glad I listened to her. Hi, Grandma Bev here from Life with Grandma Bev, and welcome back to my channel. Now, some of you may have noticed I've been absent again. Oh, I tell you, this has been the summer. Anyway, what they going to say? I don't know. As Callie would say, I don't know. Let's start back in the beginning. Okay, 2 weeks ago, remember I was going to get my cast off. Well, I went in to get my cast off, and it got removed. This is the splint. Yeah, they put on. So I wear this every once in a while. I could take it off right now if I want, but I didn't think of it. Anyway, yeah, she agreed. Right. I'm telling him the whole story. We're starting from the beginning. This is what gets her attention. So, of course, Bob went with me. Thank goodness. Oh, my God, thank goodness. Ouch. And from the, ow, you pinching myself on the table. I'll probably have a big bruise. And let's take it off right now. Let's see. So anyway, from there, which is in the next town, we decided let's go to Walmart. And we both needed just a couple of things. Whew. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it very well. Oh, anyway, not worth it. And I thought, yeah, I just need a couple of personal kind of things, right? Little wipes, that kind of stuff. So I said, well, yeah, I'll go in with you this time, because I'm feeling like I need to get exercise, start getting that walking up for that cruise. And so we went in there. He headed down to where the cat litter was, and I went down to where, like, the wipes and stuff were. He's walking back towards me at the very end aisle. I'm walking towards him, and I go, hi, honey. We turn in the aisle where the wipes are, and I said to him, oh, I've got to sit down. He says, well, honey, there's nowhere to sit here, because, there's nothing in the aisles to sit on, right? He says, here, hold on to the basket, which I hate doing because of the germs. But I held on to it, and I said, oh, no, I've got to sit. I sat right on the floor. From there, I went down on the floor, laying down. Oh, embarrassing. Oh, I couldn't stand up. I couldn't move. I just looked. So, of course, the aid cart was called. They closed off that aisle for me, the Walmart people. And I've got to say, the Walmart people, working there were very nice indeed, yeah. And it took a little bit for the aid cart to get there. I was hoping they'd have the same crew, but I didn't. So they get up there, and everyone guy's cute. He gets down on the floor with me. How you feel? And I said, well. So they checked my blood pressure, and yeah, it was a little high. And I told them I just feel, it just hit me. So in we went to the hospital, to the ER. This time, the ER had me just in the hallway for a little bit, but, still on the stretcher. But then they actually moved me into a room, in the ER. For last time, I was down in triage, sitting all day. So, the doctor comes in, I tell him how I've been feeling, and, how I keep going to doctors, and they keep telling me there's nothing wrong with me, So, of course, here I go again to have an chest x-ray, and a regular CT scan and a CT scan with contrast, where they put the stuff in the thing and then your body is just real hot all of a sudden, almost feel like you peed. I didn't, but so while we were waiting to hear the results of that, of course, I'm back in the room. And first off, I needed to pee. Well, there's no restrooms right in the ER rooms. And I had buzzed for a nurse, but they're really busy. God, they're just so busy. Not enough nurses. So Bob asked where he can find. I told him, I can't get up. I can't walk. I can't get up. Where you can find a bedpan. So Bob found a bedpan in the cupboard. And we managed to get me to pee in the bedpan between the two of us. We were very successful. Which leads me to why I'm glad I followed my mama's advice. Never leave home without clean underwear because you never know when you'll end up in the hospital. Okay, Mom, you were right again. My sweet old little mama. So thank God, I had clean underwear on. No, my underwear doesn't really get dirty. TMI. So after a while, that doctor comes back in. He says, you have a blood clot on your lungs. Bingo. He says, and it's right where, you have a heart, trying to describe it. And you've got the valve that goes in, pumps blood into the heart, and then on the other side, it pumps it out. I was almost blocking the entire valve, each side. So I could hardly get any in, but I couldn't get it back out. So he says, so we're going to be keeping you. Oh, wow. And you need surgery. So from there, I was moved up. They moved me not into ICU, but the one right below, which is called PCU, which is people that are that extreme, but needs to be kept an eye on. He said, you're lucky you haven't died. Oh, thanks. So he explained what the surgery was going to be, how they go in through the groin, and I had to sign a paper about this one medication. If they had to use it, your chances of dying are increased. It's like, oh, great. It made me feel so good for coming in. So I had to sign that. It was a medication that, if worst comes to worst, they use it, put it in there, and explode the blood clot. So poor Bob, I'm just his precious. Yeah. So I signed it, and they asked me, of course, they didn't show a DNR on file. They wanted to do the DNR. Well, I changed my DNR from what it would have been anyway. How can you tell them to change your DNR to do not resuscitate under any means when that sweet old man's sitting there looking at you, broken-hearted? So I changed it all. Okay, if need be, resuscitate. So anyway, they moved me up into that room, which I put a little picture up here somewhere. I took of the room after a few days, and the next day I went in for surgery. So what they do is they put you in kind of a twilight sleep, so you're not totally out. I thought, I'm gonna just go to sleep. I'm so tired. I hadn't had sleep. I hadn't had food. So I hadn't eaten since the day before. And I couldn't have anything until after surgery, which was 1:32 in the afternoon on the Thursday. So remember, got the cast off, got the splint, went to the hospital, got checked in, went in for surgery. Oh, you just knocked down a plant. What a goof. Luckily, it's just, What are you trying to do? Oh, knocking a few things down. Oh, speaking of which, oh my God, she was beside herself the whole time I was gone. She wasn't eating. We got to do our videos. Yeah, Bob said she just, Anyway, so, like the same thing. Put you in this twilight sleep. The doctor came into my room first and explained what he was going to be doing. I look at his name, well, Edgerton, aren't you my cardiologist? He says, no, that's my dad. Okay. So this real young, cute guy. And I tell you, if I was younger, all these nurses that were coming in that were guys were dolls. This first one comes in, it's a little Adonis, real cute guy, Anyway, I can still look. So anyway, turns out he's my cardiologist's son, who's one that I went to like the last summer to see if it was my heart. So he explains it all to me and told him, well, I'm so tired. Don't be surprised if I just go to sleep during it. So, of course, we get in there and they do the surgery. And I was kind of, like to say, you're kind of a twilight, you know. And then they showed me all, I mean, it was large pieces of blood clot. I don't know if you've ever seen one. I hadn't. They had them. They put them on little paper, towels that are taken. If you ever watch Dr. Pimple Popper, which I do, and she's removing all the stuff from inside, like the things she opens up. She puts them on unless they're a big glob, they go into a big bowl thing. Anyway, I had so many long pieces of clot. I tell you, I'm glad they got it. And it took the ER doctor to find it finally. Owe him my life. So then from there, of course, I was brought back up to my room. That was Thursday. And from that point, I kept getting, they were giving me shots in my stomach. Didn't hurt because so much fat. That were, keeping if I had any other clots in me, keeping them from growing. And, all this other medication stuff. They were constantly coming in, checking my blood pressure, my, just all kinds of stuff constantly. The food was horrible. One gal, first time she saw me sit up, she goes, "Oh, skinny." Me? No. So anyway, I was going to take a picture of where they went in, did surgery, but it's really gross. Oh my God. They go in this side of my groin, right where the top of the leg hits like the stomach area. That whole area all along there is so black and blue and purple all over. Of course, now that I'm on blood thinners, it's, it really got worse. Oh, God, it's terrible. Nobody sees it because who sees the top of my leg? Oh, and they shave you. I got a free little shave down there. Just kidding. I'm saying, well, is it going to be like a landing strip? Or, me, I got to goof off. So I finally came home late Sunday afternoon. So from Wednesday till Sunday, that poor, what's her name? Callie girl, was so happy to see me. She just, yeah. So now I am on blood thinners. Found out today I've been taking them wrong. I was supposed to take 2 twice a day. I've been taking 1 twice a day. Bob was so upset. Honey, I want you to be around. So, of course, what do they say? Go see your primary doctor right away. I just, you know how I feel about him, the clown. So I finally heard back from his office late Wednesday. I have an appointment next Thursday. Can you believe it? I mean, see, I tell you, he does not take me seriously, and I'm going to, let him have it when I see him. Oh, you don't take me seriously. Now you see what's wrong. Last year, of course, he didn't check my breast, but last year was blood cancer, breast cancer. Now this time it was blood clots. I mean, I almost died, guys. I don't want to leave you guys yet. So, this whole week I've been still laying around, really weak. I'm maybe not as out of breath. Bob says he can see a little difference in me. I haven't been able to go to my physical therapy because I need to go to physical therapy for this, for my blood clots, and my balance. I gotta wait till I see my primary doctor till I can So in the meantime, I'm losing out on, therapy. I tell you, make sure that you get a primary doctor when you're still fairly young, because once you get older, it is damn hard to find them and to find good ones. Now, I'm hoping that this time he will refer me to a vascular doctor that's within the group, because I don't want to trust anything he says. What do you think? Yeah. See, he always agrees with me. And she's just sitting there in the doorway doing laundry today. Bob thought he was going to have to do it, and I can do it today. You just bring the cart up there, and I'll. So, the one big disappointment. Bob's famous words. I think we should cancel the cruise. And I said, well, I'm kind of feeling that way myself, too. I'm thinking, how can I do it when I feel like this? I said, but I'll listen to what the doctor says. The cute little guy from India. He says, no cruise. You're not to fly with your chance of blood clots to Europe so soon. So the cruise has been canceled. So now I'm just kind of taking it easy. After we see the doctor, we start walking. Of course, Bob's trying to push me to walk, and I'm not going to walk yet. I don't feel up to it. Remember how I had to hang on to you? Well, we now have a little walker that I haven't used. I haven't felt like I need to around the house. Bob ordered a chair for the shower. I had a stool. It didn't have arms or anything, just a stool. He ordered me one that has little arms on it and a backrest. I was finally able to take a good shower. Oh my God, that felt good. I was able to wash my hair. My hair is just really taking a beating from all this. So we've got that. So I did leave the house on, what day was it? Was it Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday. I already had a mammogram set up, from when I saw my oncologist. So I had my mammogram set up and a bone density. That happened to be right in the same hallway, same office. So I went and got that done, managed to handle that. Mammography looks great. Yes, something's great. Bone scan, they didn't say anything to me about the bone scan because they can't, but they always send you all this thing called my chart, and I go in and I look and see what all the tests and everything they've run say. And I still have osteopenia. I have had that for like 40 years. So I'm not too concerned about that. So it didn't look a whole lot different from the last time I had a test. Well, I don't even remember when I last had one. So got those out of the way. So now it's like, just lay around. And say, it could take up to 6 months to get my health back up. It wasn't up to begin with. So that's where I've been. And I haven't even talked on the phone. I don't normally like to talk on the phone to begin with, but especially when I'm feeling this way, I don't. Sorry, kids. Sorry, my 3 kids and my brother. So, texting works fine for me. So otherwise, that's about it. Like my mama said, don't leave home without clean undies on. Thank you, Mama. So please comment, share, like, and subscribe. And I hope you all are having a wonderful August. I had my surgery on the 31st of August, okay? July. I love you guys. Bye.